That's really a punchy attack! He broke from the pack like a greyhound. Off on his own. The team's... There's a rider trying to break away from the bunch. A rider just launched an attack. There's an attack in the group at the front. Several riders are attempting to break away.
Russo goes onto the attack.
At the front. Watch out! A team leader is falling behind! He's breaking away! Things are heating up in front! A courageous rider is looking to break away. into the second half of the race. The riders are going to be more and more on their guard. A rider is looking to give the pack the slip. Attack from a rider.
Attacked by Bettiol.
Breakaway. A rider is taking his chance alone.
Attacked by Damiano Caruso.
So this is the last third of the race. Anyone who is gunning for victory has got to make a move fairly soon. He's going to take them on by himself. The riders are in a portion above 10%. Only a few riders are capable of following the very fast pace up front.
Attack by Tsana.
We're just 20 kilometers from the finish, so things should come down to a mass sprint for the line. Falling behind! A team leader is falling behind! The riders are entering the last 15 kilometers of the stage. far, just 5 kilometers left. He really had to fight for that one. A great sprint finish. The race will take place in beautiful sunny conditions. Off on the first slope of the day.
Vabbè, mentre commento mangio. Ma è one, and then the other team, which I don't remember who they are in semifinal B. It's La Farmer team. Okay, La Farmer team. Okay, and that's La Farmer team pacing right now in the style of Miko actually, because La Farmer is Miko's team, I guess. And 1.3 kilometers left on Col de la Croix de Fe, and it's going to be a sprint for the KOM, which is led by Portugal. It looks like the rider from Village du Mart is going to be catched on the line, and still he could actually win the KOM. So great win here. We can see here onshore, and I think those are already the climbers, because I think Menchov is the climber. Obviously now the climbers allowed the full peloton to come back. So the full group now is together. We can see peloton chasing here, 14 players behind, yeah. And the situation is pretty stuck. Nothing is happening. I think climbers are here. Maybe yes, maybe no, because I don't know. In the meantime, in Group A, they're starting. Okay. Let's stay on Group B still. It looks like the peloton is waiting for the players behind. Unluckily, I can't tell you who are those riders. I can tell you for certain that the leader jersey is worn by Cocard, so from La Farmer team here. Yeah, I mean, the climbers are behind, so they're actually trying to. No, probably not. No, I don't know who are the leaders here, to be honest, because I can't see the values. So, well, now it looks like Portugal is trying to pace. The reason why is the intermediate sprint, because they are wearing the jersey, so they're actually trying to gain more advantage. Also, now in the lead, there is Cocard too. Cocard is the sprinter from La Farmer, and he's the leader. So he obviously will try to gain points. 5.5 kilometers from the finish, from the intermediate sprint in Le Bourg-d'Oisans. And Portugal is prepping the sprint. La Farmer too. And Portugal is in the lead right now. But now let's wait, because it looks like Kniazev has gained a good position with Onchar and Uzov. And let's see when he's going to launch. I think he's already too late to launch. And it looks like Coquard is going to win the intermediate sprint in Bourg-d'Oisson, ahead of the sprinter from La Farmer, the other sprinter. So La Farmer is going for the 1-2, it looks like, on the point classification.
Falling behind! A team leader is falling behind! He's going to take them on by himself.
Now, the climb to Alpe d'Huez has started. We will see again the not very fun climb to that steep parts. Like, okay, this is the group behind, and it looks like the group is waiting for the group behind. I don't think there are leaders here. Yeah, I think the leaders are there. I think okay, La Farmer on the attack. La Farmer on the attack, because now we have two riders from Village du Mart with 2 minutes and 13 seconds, which is a big advantage at this point of the race. Riders from the same player, I believe, and that means he's actually going to have to manage this advantage. And now Niazev is pacing. Niazev is together with the sprinter from Portugal. Okay, let's see for a moment. Niazev. Okay, Rui Oliveira is from Portugal A, which is the leader team. So actually, there are leaders ahead in this team. Also, Uzov is from West SR Team A. So Kniazev as the leaders team. That means he's the leader. So the leaders are already there, and I think the situation. Okay, what I can tell you of the situation in Group B is that actually there was a break in the first stage, and this break was with 77 riders, the 77 mountain riders. So now they have an advantage, obviously. And now it looks like it's going to be attack, attack, attack for the KOM classification by the teams. With Team A, what I don't know, and I'll tell you soon, is how much advantage they have. I can't tell you because I don't have the export. But for sure, it's more than 3 minutes and 28 seconds. So, well, I mean, in this stage, probably they are not going to lose much, and they are probably going to gain again in the third stage, which is, again, not a very difficult stage. So I think it's going to be for the attacks. Village du Mart on the attack again, and they're trying to gain the upper end in this climb to Alpe d'Huez. They're trying to make differences. But yeah, I mean, now everyone has one rider. Everyone is down to the leaders, except for Village du Mart. I don't know Village du Mart which is the rider who is dying in these final ramps of Alpe d'Huez. Let's see the sprint, and it looks like Village du Mart wins the sprint with Thibaut Pinot ahead of Menchov and ahead of Almeida for sure. And now let's see the situation because they have a pretty good advantage right now, and yeah, looks like there is an attack by Thibaut Pinot. Thibaut Pinot on the attack, and Kniazev Menchov closes on it. Yeah, big help because I mean, if Kniazev wouldn't have closed on this could have become a dangerous attack. .8 kilometers from the top of Col de Saren. The advantage is pretty big at this point. And Kniazev on the attack.
Back in the leading group. Some riders were not giving it their all in sharing the pace. A courageous rider is looking to break away.
Yeah, Kniazev on the attack. I guess he's going to probably win the KOM on top of Saren, unless
A rider is
because
looking to use the
Snake
pace
obviously
as well.
no, yeah, Snake passes him. Everyone passes Kniazev, who went too soon on this climb. And now downhill until the start of the last climb in Ori and Wazan, which we already seen. I'm curious about this peloton ahead, but yeah, I think they're playing the GC with the 77 riders.
Tiger.
Yeah, Tagel. Also, I mean, Portugal as Jose with the 77 mountain. So, and again, Landa goes the 77 mountain. No, I don't know if he's the 77 mountain from T2. T2 has the Team C. So I think Landa is probably the 75 mountain, realistically. And he's trying to gain advantage because for sure that's going to be useful in the last climb. And 10 last 10 kilometers, it's the start of the Ori and Wazon climb. I just saw 70%, no, 70, not 17, 70% slope. Is probably the highest I've ever seen in my life. It's basically like climbing the north wall of Everest. Well, they have 1 minute and 39 seconds on the group behind, which is the peloton. And we see the attack by Snake, which attacks on the hardest part of the climb, which is not the most intelligent of decisions, if you ask me. And he joins his companion at the top, and now he has to recover yet
Look out, he's breaking
because
away.
Lafarmer closes on them. This is a big fight between French teams, and Kniazev has been catched in surprise because he actually couldn't react properly. Now, Village du Mart is keeping this advantage. They're obviously trying to win the stage, and it looks like La Farmer is slowing down. So now I think if Portugal wants to win the stage, they have to take the matter in their hands. And Guillermo is doing it now. He didn't do until this moment, which isn't a good thing. He was relying a bit too much on La Farmer to close on him, and
Farmer
now
is taking his chances
now
now.
the situation is pretty bad. Now 23 seconds advantage for Village, and right now it looks like Village is going to take the stage. Snake is going to win. Let's see Landa, who is trying to disturb actually the players behind him. Well, not properly, but yeah, kind of. And we can see Snake already celebrating the stage win. And let's see Niazev trying to recover, and he actually wins the sprint, starting way behind. What's a recovery by Snake? By Niazev. But they lost a lot from Snake.
Hai dato la solita sigaretta che stai arrivando fumo fino a qua? Non si respira più un cazzo.
So we can come back to Group A here. And Group A,
Puzza di fumo?
Group A is slowly proceeding. To,
Acceleration by Caruso.
He's off on his own.
I was
The pace monster
suffocating.
won't be
Okay,
disappointed.
slowly proceeding through the stage. We are now on the Côte d'Oxenop Moor, which is the first longer climb of the day, and it looks like team players are ahead, and Famoso actually waited for the group behind just to block them. The sprint for points on top of this climb is won by Gutmeister, and the situation is full group compact. This looks like a pretty boring stage right now in this group, because in this group the GC is going to be for the 82 mountain guys, while in Group B it looks like the GC is going to be for the 77 mountain riders, because they're going to gain, I think, they're going to gain massive time in this stage again, because it's going to be a break stage.
Caruso goes onto the attack.
While I think the last stage is going again for the battle for the KOM jersey. Um, Obviously, the stage is long, but it's not very hard. There aren't some very hard mountain stages in this race. I mean, the only problem in the last stage it looks like is going to be the gravel side of Terminillo.
There's a rider trying to break away
But
from
apart
us.
from that, I
Our
don't
riders
see
are in trouble.
anything big happening, because it's a pretty bad design stage for a PCM World Cup,
We're
or at
almost
least for
halfway.
a tour,
This is a good
because
time to take some food.
I mean, maybe in teams is going to be certainly a better stage, but clearly as a queen stage, I don't know. Let's see. Maybe it's going to happen something that will make me change ideas. Otherwise, in the meantime, we're seeing breaks trying to form, but yeah, I mean, Luxers have put their leader in the break, and now they're pacing very hard. And now also UKs have put their full team here ahead. So, so obviously, with all those teams, it was difficult to continue the break. So now, I mean, we can properly talk about the break because 27 riders and only 9 dropped. And I'm very curious to see who are those 9 riders. Now we have 3 riders dropped. And so the group is coming back together because I think Skype was a bit in the mud. Clearly, Skype was a bit in the mud. Now we're waiting for the start of Code Derek Ponden, which will be followed by another 4 category climb. And yeah, I'm curious to see what's going to happen because in the meantime we can see 21 wind. Okay, KOM Ibra goes for it. Looks like he's launching Thomas.
The
I
current
mean,
pace is a bit too volatile for some riders.
my question is, if fourth category give 1 point, why Swagzon went to sprint? This is actually what baffles me. Then go to the Greekland. It's going to be the second consecutive climb, short distance after the other 4 category. 3 KOMs down, 5 to go in this 8 KOM stage. It's actually, I think it's going to be a stage for the 77 sprint because I don't see very much of gaps opening apart from the big climb. And then let's watch the sprint
The
again
riders are
on
going
Côte
through
de
paces to
Grikland,
push
and
for
it
second
looks
place
like
above
Thomas.
10%.
It looks like Thomas is in the best position to win, but Froome goes and gets the points. So again, pretty good work by PCM UK in catching all the points they actually can. And now, after this climb, it's going to be all preparation for the big moment for sprinters because it's going to be the moment of the intermediate sprint in Honley, 6.8 kilometers far from now, and we can see trains already starting. And it looks like the train of Luxor had a pretty decent positioning. Now they don't anymore. But yeah, it's UK with Ibra ahead now, Luxor's on the right, and then there is no big train. And let's see, because UK has 2 trains, so they're going to do the sprint with 2. And Skype on the center now they've taken the lead. Let's see what happens because now it looks like UK is starting the sprint with Row, 1.4 kilometers. It's the sprint and it's launched
Breakaway
far
from
from the
pole.
intermediate sprint by Darigad, who takes it. I think it was Darigad, and he gets points, and so he confirms the point jersey at
Who's
the
driving the
moment
last wheel of the race?
for the Skype team. Not much of fun, and it's an attack by Frabo here.
From the pack car
It's
number
an
2.
attack by Frabo, and let's see what happens because Frabo is third in GC, 6 seconds back. But he has attacked with only 2 riders, and yeah, there is a lot of flat still. But it looks like no one is trying to take Chase seriously, apart from PCM UK. If others won't help them, Frabo could actually gain advantage. I mean, this is an extreme move trying to get points on the Côte d'Olm Moss, the biggest climb of the day. 4.4 kilometers, 7.4% the average, and yeah, it's going pretty far this climb, pretty fast this climb because it's Nibali to be chased.
Watch out,
around the steepest percentages right now because as you can see on the right hand side, the climb becomes harder, significantly harder in the second part of the climb. As you can see, 8%, more than 9 even. And Nipali maintain this advantage, but now attack from Pilaxers and I think it's Baso. I think it's Baso on the attack, and Nibali is all the same going to get. No, it's Pools trying to take points from Nibali, but they actually couldn't. And so smart move by Frabo, who actually spent great energy to get these 5 points. Let's hope for him this is going to be rewarded. As we can see, the sprinters are already dropping because obviously this isn't a stage for sprinters, clearly. Well, I mean, yeah, probably not, but we will never know what would happen if they actually try. They actually try to keep them. Now, this false flat may be the part where the race totally go to sleep, waiting for the three consecutive sprints on KMs. Probably is only waiting to be catched. Going for a moment. Okay, I'm back. We are at the finish of this false flat. 45.8 kilometers from the finish. As you can see, we are approaching the third to last climb of the day. Put the mid hope stones. Mid hope stones. Okay. Put the mid hope stones. What a strange name actually. As you can see, we are at at the bottom of the climb, 2.4 kilometers. It's an easy climb. The percentages are not very steep. And it looked like it's Swagzone pacing here with Thomas, which is very good positioned in in KOM classification. And Frabo is ahead. I think he's not going to sprint here because he has a bad positioning. But I think I'm certain he's trying to go ahead because he wants to sprint and go to the Bradfield. And the last climb then. In real life, there was another KOM, which is the last small climb that you can see on the profile. In PCM, this wasn't put as KOM. And now
Falling behind. A team leader is falling
Atix,
behind.
Attikappaist, 80KS, I don't know how to pronounce it. He's on the attack, he's from Team Players, and he had a bit of a gap with Swagson. Now he doesn't anymore. He's still pacing on this small false flat. Now he's attacking again, and the group broke. The group is actually breaking before caught the Bradfield, and the it looks like the Hill, the punchers, are in this break because they're trying to win the stage. Anyone? And let's see Swags on sprinting. The group has come back together, and now um, yeah, it splits again on the sprint. So now we are on the road for the last KOM sprint. Code Dot Bridge, OT Bridge, OT Bridge. Okay, Code Dot Bridge, and third category, so 2 points on the first, 1 point on the second. Let's see, because it looks like it's going to be a sprint, a full group sprint basically. Only a few riders have been dropped. Only 5 riders in total. Look at the sprint here. The percentages are consistent, 9.8%. So we are close to 10% on this code Doty Bridge, and it's Froome sprinting for online,
Acceleration by Zan.
getting the first place. Second place for Thomas. So for PCM UK, it's a double on this climb. And now it's going to be clearly a sprint, but obviously the 77 sprinters, which are the leaders here, will have again a difficulty to approach because of the last climb.
Sei andato a Roma
While
l'altro
we
giorno?
are already in Sheffield on that last climb, not here, as you can see, we are in
There
open
are just
fields,
15 kilometers left.
which is basically Sheffield. But and that's an attack by Frabo. It's an attack by Frabo. He's trying to go to get an advantage, and he's chased by Swagson, and now the weight of the chase is all on Pilaxer, Song Rootmeister with spacing here, and this is a dangerous attack. I don't think that Swagson is going to cooperate with Frabo.
There's
So
the lead.
this
Coming
action
second.
is going to fail, but a good attack by Frabo and a good response by Swagson, who was very fast in responding. Now 8.6 kilometers from the finish, and we are approaching the final climb, and
A team leader is
sprinters are
falling
going to
behind.
be needs to be well positioned because the climb is very steep, and it starts now 7 kilometers from the finish. Let's see what's going to happen. Nibali has
Chasing
been
sprinters
catched,
by the
and
POS. Are
he
building
goes
up
again on the
momentum for the
climb,
hard
6
stretch.
kilometers from the
Could
finish.
go
The
far.
percentages are very high, 10 or over 10%. Now we are on the top, fast downhill, and then again a flat section going into the finish, and it's Swagson chasing again Frabo. The weight of the chase now is on him, and we are 3 kilometers from the finish, and it looks like team players are the best positioned team, but they can't actually chase their leader so they are in a bad position now, and it looks like Famoso is basically launching the sprint to P Laxers, and it's going to be a sprint, and it's going to be a win for Laxers, a double win for Laxers, and it's a win
Great
for
stuff. Teamwork
Thor
really paid
Ushalt.
off, and their sprinter brings home the
But
bacon.
UK actually came close to upsetting the sprint because the finish line wasn't exactly where we were watching it.
The riders bringing up the
Second
rear
place for
can show
McLeay,
their
third place
willpower.
for
This
Zabel. So Basel won again. Was a great sprint. And now we can go again to Group B. In Group B, we are on the Côte d'Oxenop Moor. Basically, we are where we attacked the other group. It's been a pretty pudding stage because I was expecting a break from from the mountain teams, the 77 mountain teams, but that didn't happen yet. So I guess it's going to be a similar stage as it happened in Group A right now, and we saw it's going to be a sprint for the 82 sprints. Because yes, I believe Ushovto was the 82 sprints. I'm not sure, but I don't have doubts either. And let's see, because the good part for the creational break was literally the first part, because now it's more difficult to go in the break because there will be continuous sprinting. Probably this is the last place where someone can go, because as you can see the profile, when there are many intermediate sprints, it's very difficult to go into the break because obviously the pace is continuously high, so you don't get advantage. You have to spend a lot trying to get advantage. But as you can see, yeah, they are not approaching this climb. Okay, they are approaching this climb now in a better way because Dinley goes. He's the first one to attack. And now we see movements from La Farmer, from Village du Mart, again from PCM Portugal, who is trying to get an advantage here. Kniazev closing, probably Portugal moved with the climbers team, and the situation is being recomposed. So, full group, 36 players, 36 riders. Looks like Dinley is trying. Okay, could you tell me when Group A is going to start last stage, which is long, 219 kilometers, so pretty long. Dinley again is trying to get to catch the others. Unsurprised, but it's difficult. It's difficult. Oh no, probably it's Guilherme. Probably it's Guilherme because no, okay, it wasn't Guilherme. Guilherme is here, I believe. So Dinley. He has the Dinley has Team C. So it's an attack by the Hill guys. But the attack is basically close. Oh, an attack by Snake. Snake with Team A is trying to break free. Yeah, yes, Team A. With the helpers, basically. Trying to get the code to the Riponden. And he's going to get one through here. And Portugal in massive conditions, massive presence. Trying to close now, going to coat the Greekland. The group almost break and the leader was behind. But the situation immediately recomposed because otherwise it could have been a dangerous situation. And the break by Snake, no sense has been catched. I mean, now we are going to witness the sprint on the Greekland. La Farmer ahead. It's very difficult to know who is who with this with Niazev never going. And there's an attack by poor PCM Portugal. PCM Portugal ahead, and sprint is won. I think yeah, PCM Portugal won the KOM, and it was won by Almeida. So it was Guilherme the attack with the 82 sprint, the 82 mountain rider. Now let's see the sprint in Honley, and a lone man leading the race, but the group is preparing trains. He has no chance to survive. Yeah, definitely he has a chance to survive, but the gap is going down slowly, going to Homely, and the base can't be high because there are many turns. 1.3 kilometers, let's see the sprint, and it looks like Portugal is ahead. The best preparation of the sprint was Portu, and in fact, Portu wins the state, the KOM with Leitao, second place for Snake. So Village du Farm, no Village du Mart, and I don't know who is who then. Quack. We are on Group A now, and we are going to witness the intermediate sprint in Spoleto. Already after a small climb we've seen in the first part of the race, and it's Ush leading 1.9 kilometers from the finish. I think he is going too soon. He stopped, and let's see the sprint. Darrigat against Viviani, who takes the sprint, even if Basso came from behind. That's a very high pace. Now, the start of the first climb of the day for Cadicerro, and we can see the sun ahead. Okay, it disappeared. Luckily, not luckily, it's a command. And ATKS is on the attack for team players. He's chased by Grootmeister and Ibra. The first attack of the day on Forcadicero here. Forcadicero is going to be followed by Forca Capistrello, as you can see. And going to be fun. Going to be really fun. Because the first part of the stage has the potential for seeing so much attacks and so much gaps and so much tactic because the flat between the two climbs to Terminillo is going to be basically decisive. Small small wall here we jumped, and now ATKS has already a good advantage. He has 1 minute 37 seconds on the group behind. And in the group behind, it's still team players that are pacing against their companion.
Look out!
I think
Right
it's
ahead!
Famoso pacing. As we can see, the leaders are behind and they're waiting for developments on the climbs. Well, on Forcadicero, it's safe to say that ATKS is going to take all the points
Falling behind! A
with
team leader is
Agnoli,
falling behind!
while Baba 17 with Ibra, they are pacing behind. They're trying to join the guy ahead.
Riders must be careful. This downhill is known to be very dangerous.
Baba looks like he's doing a very big part of this of the work here with Ibra. He's pacing a lot. He closed the gap to 46 seconds at start of for Carapistrello here. a nice climb for Capistrello, 16.3 kilometers, very long. Not much of an average, 5.7 kilometers, but there are three steep ramps separated by two false flats. So as you can see, the climb is a nice climb, being in Apennines. The group behind us already 1 minute, has already 3 minutes, or more. Yeah, almost 4 minutes, but they basically stopped. Looks like PCM UK will try to attack. In fact, they're trying to attack and someone is being catched behind. The group A1 is going. Who is in A1, please? For the moment, the virtual leader jersey is Basa. And now let's see, because now Joe is trying to pace, and in A2 someone has been dropped. But we are now focusing on the peloton, because the peloton is actually catching the group ahead. The first chasers of TKS was being catched by. So now the group has come back together behind ATKS. We're still ahead with 3 riders. Yeah, we are going back in Group B right now. Because Group B is actually on the final, almost in the final climb, Côte d'Auty Bridge. We can already see it in the distance. After this turn, the road starts to rise here. And as you can see, the road is pretty steep, and there's going to be a sprint to the line on this climb. Preparing for what will be the sprint for the stage, which will be contested by sprinters again, I guess. And let's see, because it looks like PCM URSS is going to be overtook on the line by the Farmers team, La Farmer. So the group is basically full group, and now I think we will see the preparations for the sprint, 17.5 kilometers. There's an attack by Nidra, so Leo on the attack, trying to force players to prepare their sprints, trains. Because, yeah, now obviously someone was waiting a lot, maybe too much, and now URSS joins them with AGAP and La Farmer trying to join them. So it's only Portugal trying to... No, because La Farmer couldn't actually get out from the grip of the group. And they're basically closing. They're closing even if the efforts... And the efforts by PCM, URSS Team 1 are going to be frustrated. 8 seconds, 6 seconds, the group has catched the break, and now we are going into the final climb in Sheffield. And as you can see, the road already starts to rise here. And turn on left, and it's the start of the climb. Percentages are very, very high here. 14%. Sprinters are going to suffer a bit, for sure. But obviously they are going to have some time to recover bars in this downhill. Popovic tries the attack, but he can't actually go out of the group. Leader jersey working, and there's an attack, there's an attack. There's an attack 3.4 kilometers, and it looks like it's PCM URSS trying to relay this attack back from PCM Dumart. La Farmer looks like they're going to be the best prepared team for the sprint. URSS ahead, but it's on the sprint, it's the sprint, and Farmer chokes the sprint. And it's a win for PCM USRR with Konishev on the left, while Yusov from Kniazev sprinted on the line for third place. And the second place went to Village du Mart. Yeah. What a sprint on the line. Okay, we can come back on A while I'm going to take a drink.
Bichol goes onto the attack.
Okay, we're back after the intermediate sprint, actually, that was won by the green jersey of Ushot. And we are starting the climb to Sella di Leonissa, 16.6 kilometers, 5.8%, but the first part of the climb is basically full flat, so nothing to be scared of, but the climb becomes really, really consistent after. While we go on with numbers. Um, Interesting note, the group is 4.45 kilometers. No, it's 4.8. It's 4 minutes and 49 seconds behind, which means at the moment Basso is the virtual leader. And so obviously it looks like um, PCM UK is working behind, because obviously they are trying to recover the situation, because obviously Froome is better placed. But yeah, now something that could actually reopen the stage. There's an attack by Oliguls. Oliguls is going on the attack on the Sella di Leonissa, but the group didn't react properly.
Some riders were not giving it their all and sharing the pace.
Joe is trying to actually more than Joe. Ibra is trying actually to pace, trying to allow the group to recover, but he couldn't actually properly pace. He went too fast. And since no one is willing to take the
The riders
responsibility
are
of
moving through
being
very carefully
behind,
with percentages above 10%.
now Groot attacked, and probably Groot attacked because otherwise other people would have left the full weight of the pacing. on P Laxers, and now Groot is trying to allow other teams to pace, while Basso can afford to be on the wheels.
There's a breakaway for the
And the
leading
big
group.
forcing by Groot trying to kill Ibra's riders. And he almost killed Yates, to be honest. Now they stopped. And now Pulse is going to base again. Ibra reacts because he doesn't want to be dropped by Groot is pacing very fast on this climb. We are on the final kilometers of Sella di Leonessa. Here, Groot pacing a lot. It looks like he is going to get the KOM. Also, Ibra is left with one rider. And the block on the left, and the group is actually very as I can say very separated. Behind big forcing by PCM UK, big forcing by PCM UK because Joe is actually desperate, I believe, because the situation is too good for Laxers. And now Swexon has stopped Pitcock. They had Pitcock ahead to pace, and this false, no, this flat between the climbs is going to be very important. Also, it's going to be important for the plans of Skype. Skype actually has a good advantage, and they're planning to maintain it because obviously they're trying to calm on Baso first of everyone. But yeah, Baso, I think he has a very good advantage considering how the stage is, its morphology. I believe, yeah, he is 1 minute and 40 seconds behind. I think Oliculus is going to catch soon the group behind, or at least in the flat.
We're halfway to the finish line. The team leaders should be coming more and more to the fore.
Wexon is actually pacing a lot in the group behind. They're downhilling the Terminillo here. To be honest, now the distance from the group is 2 minutes and 34 seconds. So that's actually a good gap for the group behind because they actually can come back. But it's going to be difficult. Also, it's going to be difficult for Baz, I believe, because the climb has cobbles, and we know the 77 mountain hasn't a good value on cobbles. So that's going to be affected. His performance is going to be clearly affected. We can see that Skype has already is already in sight of the group ahead, so they almost there. Obviously, they did massive efforts. And so this is the situation right now. As you can see, the two groups are separated by 1 minute 31 seconds, and the peloton has now aerodynamic advantage. But the group ahead is going to start soon. The climb to Sella di Leonissa again. Frabo tried the attack here, but he couldn't actually. Hello, who is here? Hi, George. Okay, as you can see in the group ahead, it's only Baba working, but it looks like he isn't working hard enough to properly gain advantage to the group ahead. Or at least it was. It looked like that, because now the group is gaining again. 1 minute 17 seconds. And we are almost at start of Sella di Leonissa here. Pidcock actually is proofing his last efforts here, Swagson. And Sella di Leonissa starts already now because it's a 20 kilometers climb. First part, first kilometer, as you can see, isn't very hard, isn't even comprehended in the climb.
So this is the
But
last
then,
third
but
of the
then
race. Anyone who is playing
turn
for
to the
victory has
right,
got to
to the
make a move
left,
fairly
and
soon.
the real climb starts. And it's a very hard side of Sella di Leonissa, or Terminillo, as you may know it. And now again, PCM UK with all the work to do, because since the climb started, the group ahead has already gained again some seconds, 30 seconds basically, while they're losing some players, some elements, because Oliguls is trying to make the pace very hard, because obviously the danger is Gal, so Baso is a big danger for them, because yeah, obviously Baso was the problem. Now Gal probably isn't the best of the dangers for the group behind, but as you can see, it's pretty bad situation for PCM UK, because they will they have to count on GC, because PCP Laxers have the green jersey, I believe, while team players have the KOM jersey. So the only choice for them is getting the GC, but they're in the worst position ever, I believe. And now Froome is trying to go. Now Froome is trying to go, and Ghost is trying to don't let him go. And we're starting the cobbles. Montevalloni section,
Watch out, a team leader is
10.7
falling behind.
kilometers of gravel. I'm very curious to see what's going to happen here, if the cobbles are going to have much of an effect. Groot is still working for Basso. He has 1 minute advantage, and he's losing Sagan. Pretty obvious. Moncoutier has a 3 minutes and 27-second advantage. It looks like team players aren't working, but wait. There is a split, and Frabo was behind. Now the group is very small, as you can see, and Joe now has to work with
This climb is
Dozet.
feared by many riders
He
and
has to
strategies
work
are
with
very
Dozet,
high.
but while Moncoutier is alone. Moncoutier is alone right now with 3 minutes and 30 seconds, 13 seconds. I mean, being alone with the fact that basically the climb ends 15 kilometers, 50 kilometers from the finish, okay? It's dangerous because you don't recover much, and there is still a long climb at the finish, which is steady climb to the finish. Gal is trying to pace the best as he can. I think, to be honest, most of the riders are going to be alone after Sella di Leonissa Part 2 on the hardest side. And Gal is going to be basically catched while we are 3.9 kilometers from the, no, 3.2 kilometers from the finish, but with this group we are 3.5 kilometers. And Cummings is pacing very good. He's still pacing here on the climb. And now he's trying the forcing, he's trying to distance Ghosty. Because they have Swagson up on the road. They catch them right now, and it's only the last 1.4 kilometers left on the climb. Cummings is dead. Cummings is dead, and let's see if actually, yeah, no. The pace by Basso is now, and there is an attack by Joe getting the points on the KOM summit. And now they are 1 minute. They are 1 minute and 50 seconds behind the leader with alone. So he's not going to actually recover a lot of energies. So now it's very important the presence of Gal for them because Gal has the potential to pace. Also, I think they're going to recover Thomas, so Swagson is going to come back, which means also there will be another helper for Laxers because they had another helper behind. Now Gal on the attack again. And useless attack, yeah. Now everything is actually back in contention because Ibra and Swagson are there. They will have to work. Bazo is consuming himself. Like, I don't know why. Probably he's trying to make PCM UK working, but he's consuming a lot of energies. Now he's back, and now let's see, because obviously, the weight of the work is again on PCM UK, because actually I think Laxers don't mind being passed in GC. So I have to tell you, I had doubt about this stage, but in at this moment, I think the outcome is pretty good. Oh, and there is an attack by PCM UK. They three riders on the attack and the forcing by Bazo. Bazo trying to close so hard, while Cummings working a lot to prevent that. 9 seconds and the group is back together. Cummings wasted his final energies. And Moncoutier climbing Valico del Crocifisso. Uè, Pulse on the attack. Yeah. I mean, I don't know why they're still attacking. But yeah, now they have still a numerical advantage because Ibra is half dead. It just recovers some bars right here. Okay, Cummings looks like he's dropping everyone on downhill because they're pacing very slow. 1 minute and 45 seconds the advantage. Now Moncoutier can't properly pace the flat. Now Cummings is going to be so important. They're going to recover massive advantage from here to the foot of the climb. As I said, by the way, this stage is surprising me. Now Pulse has been catched, and it looks like Pulse is not very intentioned to pace because I feel like yeah, for sure, Luxers are trying to get um, PCM UK eliminated, baby. Which is and so it finished that it finished like Skype actually gained on flat instead of losing, which I wasn't expecting. But let's have a look at the final climb to Selva Rotonda. A very easy climb until 5 kilometers from finish. Then there are some sharp teeth of this climb. The finish is very steep, and there is again an attack by PCM UK. PCM UK on the attack, and it's been closed by Laxers. Now they have the numerical advantage. Now Thomas is pacing a lot. Thomas has to pace because Moncoutier is still up the road and he has still 1 minute and 34 seconds. Thomas stopped for a moment. As you can see, the percentages here aren't very hard. And gap has been made. Blacksters make the gap appears, so Joe has to close them. They're putting pressure on him. Now forcing by Pools, and it goes Pools again. And it's all to put pressure on PCM UK, and now Joe is alone. Laxers are playing it beautifully. and it looks like Moncoutier is going to win the stage. I doubt it. I doubt it.
Only 5
Doubted it.
kilometers left.
But yeah, it's going to be a win for Moncoutier. 1 minute 54 seconds. I doubt Pulse can get to second place, but maybe it's going to happen. Let's see, because we are now at start of the steepest part of the climb. Those feet in the climb. And now, forcing by Luxers, and it's Gal pacing a lot for cool set. And actually, the stage is back in contention. It's back in contention because Olikuls doesn't look like he has anything left in the
The
tank.
riders are in a
He's
push of
going to win the
100%.
stage, but for the slightest of margin. And let's see Coolset pacing. Coolset is pacing. Oligul sits in the final six. No, it's in the final 300 meters. Oligul is going to he tries to move on the left, and he's going to be catched down the line. And it's Ghosty winning. It's
Nearly at the
Ghosty
final
winning,
lap.
and Laxers
Sprint
are in the
the
Unbelievable.
race is run, but the poor soul
Laxers are in the final, and probably PCM
pulverized.
UK are through because actually PCM P Laxers won the stage.
What a finish that was.
No, I don't believe Skype are true. I think it's going to be no, maybe yes. Let's see. Because if they had won the stage and the GC Skype were through for sure, but now they're getting fourth place in GC, and I'm not sure they're going to get many points. It's more likely than team players get the spot than Skype, but maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, for sure, I'd be wrong.
We will now go to Group B.
Yeah, you should go to
How can we see
Nya's
Group B?
stream. You have to go on the
Okay.
streaming case on Discord, on the World Cup Discord, and check for Kniazev's stream. It's the last message.
Bear with me.
So, as the climb to Terminillo Sella di Leonissa starts, we have a riders group ahead with 28 seconds on the group of the leader, the peloton, as it looks like. And it's Portugal taking the main responsibility here, climbing. I think we have ahead teams, the puncher teams and the climbers teams, for sure. And Portugal is pacing. Portugal is trying to get advantage. But the climb is still long, so maybe they should be a bit more patient because the climb is long. They have now 1 minute and 26 seconds advantage on the group of the leader jersey, which is going to be safe in this stage. I think Landa. Now attacked by A-Gap behind. He's trying to close the gap. A-Gap is Team C. Okay, so the the puncher. Now, we are on the gravel section with the leading group of the climbers. And Portugal is still ahead and still trying to pace because the leader is 1 minute 28 seconds behind. So, as the GC looks like, I don't know how the GC looks like because they didn't send it anymore after the first stage, which is obviously bad. But it looks like Mikel Landa is the leader. So at this moment, the leader of the race is a puncher. Now, Kniazev is behind the Portugal riders who is pacing. Now they're six because someone has been dropped, probably to pace the group behind the E2. I don't know who is in E2 because we only have the Kniazev perspective. And now Kniazev and Guilherme, they look like they've gained some seconds already closed, but yeah, they are not really pacing. Definitely, they are not really pacing. Especially Kniazev isn't really okay. Now he attacks. Now he has decided to go, and he's being chased by Pino. So Snake, the leader of KOM Jersey, is trying to defend that jersey. We are 5 kilometers from the top of Sella di Leonessa, and we have three players ahead because there is also Fefe for La Farmer. And again, Snake is trying to force the pace in this section. This is the last hard section before the climb becomes easier. And Kniazev isn't the most ready player to close the gap, and it looks like it's going to be very difficult to close this gap. And he has to attack. He drops Fefe, who wasn't really interested. And so I wouldn't be surprised now if Fefe will go on the attack. But hey, maybe it's Snake again. It's Snake again. He goes, Kniazev chases him. It's going to be a sprint on Sella di Leonissa for this KOM. But yeah, it looks like Snake has the good advantage to win it. In fact, Kniazev dropped Fignon too, and they have a great advantage on Portugal. Because yeah, actually Portugal is way behind. Now those guys are spread up the stage, and I don't know how the situation will be resolved here because yeah, it's pretty strange. So I can tell you that UK actually passed for the slightest of margins because Skype didn't win the stage. So basically, actually, Laxers led led the UK in the final. So, um, Kniazev isn't doing much of an effort to trying to relay back the um, the guy ahead of him, Snake, who is proceeding alone, almost starting il valico del crocifisso, which is the climb of the crucified, which means basically something Jesus related. The climb to the climb to Terminillo has actually made some big differences. Because behind Guilherme has been dropped because he's working for Azevedo, and Azevedo is actually the leader of Portus, and he has 20 seconds advantage on the leader group, who looks like they're closing. They're actually closing. Yeah, Roland is closing. Leo closed. Again, an attack. Again, an attack by Portugal. And the advantage of these two is really limited. They're going to be catched while we are on the finish of Valico del Crocifisso here. And great work by Guilherme for Jose. They have 40 seconds advantage here on the last part of the climb up to Valico del Crocifisso here. Then a small downhill will lead the riders into the final flat before the start of Sella Rotonda climb. And Jose is trying to win the GC with the 77, I guess. No, I don't know. It looks like Jose is trying to win the GC for Portugal. I don't know. No, I don't know why. Well, this is a mystery because I don't have any clue on how the GC is here. So Portugal has these 47 seconds advantage on this group with the leader. Leo is still working, but his work isn't really the most hard I've ever seen. And now T2, no, Snake has been catched. He stopped because it was useless to try to attack. And now the big pace by Guilherme is here because, yeah, he's working for Jose. And they have 1 minute advantage. And La Farmer is behind, but they aren't working. And the final climb is going to start soon. Selva Rotonda. We've seen already the climb. It's very easy at start, and then it becomes really steep in some parts, even if it's like a ladder, because small climb, small flat, small climb, and repeat. So, turn on the left and Selva Rotonda climb starts. 13.7 kilometers, 5.4%. And it looks like on this first part of the climb, the group behind is closing. 45 seconds, while it's still Guilherme working. Azevedo has an advantage. I'm really curious to see who is going to win this stage. I mean, who is going to win the GC, because I don't really have the situation very really clear. So only the finish is going to clarify things for us. It's still 10 riders into contention. 5 here, 5 behind. Stage is going to be to produce some gaps, as we can see. And it has cancelled my doubts about this stage. I feared it was not very hard as a mountain stage, but in the end, maybe the interpretation of the riders actually made it very good. Also, the different tactics. Maybe in this stage, it's in this group is even better because no one actually tried to make the GC for the leader because of the break in the first stage. So it's clear that different tactics leads to this. Also, we have seen a massive attack on the first climb to Sella Leonissa. So we've had pretty fun racing here in this stage. Final parts of the climb, the final steep parts. And now let's see, because Azevedo has to pace now. Snake has tried to recover energies. I think the fight for the win is going to be between those three riders who are getting an advantage because they are pacing this climb very hard and very fast. And it looks like Snake is the one who is going to enter last kilometer in the best position. But as we have seen already, last kilometer is very hard and it can lead to surprises. 10%, it's going to be a sprint, and the best placed are Fefe and Snake. It's a sprint between Fefe and Snake, and it's Fefe on the lead, and it's Snake. It's Snake for the second stage win. And we are going to see the GC, how it's going to be. So we're going to wait for the final results. And I would like to see results. Landa wins the GC actually ahead of Laveira Vlasov. I don't understand what Portugal did, but I'm almost sure Portugal is out. We are waiting for the final results. I think Village du Mart and La Farmer team are going to the final. So two French teams for sure are going to the final. With the last images from Kniazev, we can close their stream. And where are results? Okay. Relaxers 108 points and PCM UK 54 points. Then Team Players 37 points and Team Skype 20 points. Team Skype really last.
We will now be heading to interviews. We will get to hear what the players have to say after today's semifinals.
Yeah. Okay, sorry, we are still going to give you the results of Group B. Village du Mart first with 92 points, La Farmer second with 70 points, USSR is third with 35 points, and Portugal is last with 20 points. I didn't actually understand the tactic by Portugal in the final. But that's all. So I don't know if interviews are going to happen. But I think if someone comes, I just say tell whatever you want because I'm a bit dead. So it looks like we have Frabo.
I
Okay. Frabo, tell whatever you want.
okay.
Go.
I got
Go on.
blocked in the first stage by Joe. Of course, I didn't say anything on purpose because I didn't want to change the impact of the base, but there was a clear block. And
And after that block,
as we finished the race in the same set, in the same position, in the same on the same time, it impacted a lot.
Yeah, it looks like it. So it was unfortunate.
But I mean, I didn't know how to play because I played. My team. I thought that. I think some players saw how toxic is multi and decided to not to disappear from the World Cup. And I don't think they did a bad choice, honestly. And yeah, and I mean, problem is that they blocked me, and
And that
honestly,
costed you.
they also played bad. They also played bad because they didn't attack UK. And they didn't attack UK. Didn't attack Ghosty, and when they had the possibilities to do it, because they hopes were only on a sprint and maybe blocking and as they did before. So yeah, I'm so disappointed because disappointed not by my performance but about the result because I never it's, if there is something that I don't like is being beaten without staying in the rules. And as they are UK, I don't think anything will happen, honestly. But okay.
Okay, thank you, Frabo. Yeah, it's sad for your elimination here.
I
Um,
mean, I was happy to bring a bunch of new players going ahead in World Cup. Maybe seeing them how to improve in game. The majority of them disappeared after a little bit, and yeah, maybe I could have joined another team because I wish I had accepted many invites. But it was I still had chances for multi in my head because PCM I think could give for people fond of cycling is a good opportunity. But if the environment is this one, maybe I don't think it's the better option for them playing in him. Then it's okay.
uh-huh. Okay, so if we don't have, no, it looks like we have Joe. Hi, Joe.
Yo,
Okay, tell us whatever you have in mind on this about this night.
yeah, pretty good evening to be fair. Obviously, making the final in tour, something we didn't do last year, so I guess that's an improvement. So yeah, nothing really more to say.
Yeah, actually, I think in last stage, Ghosty saved you guys a lot because if Skype wins and win the GC, they're actually through, I think, instead of you. Yeah, I'm quite sure
Um,
it's.
yeah, I mean, I had the bars to pace anyway, but if someone else is going to pace for me, especially considering the fact of how much work I already did during the stage, I'm not gonna pass up on the opportunity. But I finished for yellow bar anyway, so
Mm-hmm.
I
So you
wasn't
got
too
the
fussed about
pace.
this. But yeah, I wasn't too fussed.
Yeah, I mean, also considering how fast the leader lost time on the final climb. Yeah, yeah, on the final part of the climb.
He had no green bar as well. So
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he was out since at least 100 kilometers.
yep. So I was pretty content with just following the pace. If they were going to go for the sprint, I wasn't too.
Okay. I don't know if there are something more. to see. I think the stream can end. Okay. Well, thank you to both of you for joining the interviews. And I think since it's pretty late, it's time to close our stream. But before we close, there are to remember other things with streams because tomorrow, Team Classics semifinal. So for sure, there's going to be a stream. Then probably, well, I don't know if there is going to be a stream on 14th of May with Omnium semifinal and 200 meters time trial semifinals and final. It's still a team competition, and then on 15th of May there's going to be inline semifinal, and it's still a team competition. So these are the next 3 days. So check our channel to see if a stream goes on. You have to check it after 2030. And the World Cup is going very fast towards its conclusion. So follow the final days and live with us the excitement. Good night to everyone.